Ibiza was a blast because the people there are really nice. Love them. They were all friendly. They were all engaging. They were all coming up. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I made some good connections after that show. Climate was a big thing to adjust because it's a lot different breathing in there than in life. Hot.
What's up to another episode of Xenith Digital, the podcast. Today is a special episode because it's the first ever episode with a guest. Who's our guest today, you might wonder? Well, you could guess by the setting. We're not at the usual Xenith Digital studio space that I showed you last time. This time we're at a real recording studio. And this recording studio is the home of March, the rapper. What's up, March?
What it do?
March is a friend and colleague of mine, and we've been working together for a few years now. And I don't know, it's been amazing. We've been through many adventures, and I hope to talk about them today. So just to start off, March, could you introduce yourself and tell us what you're about?
Well, as Rain has said, it's been a wild ride for the past few years. We've been chilling. We've been doing a lot of things. Is it okay to swear on the podcast? Keep it to a minute.
I don't know. I'm not monetized yet on anywhere, so
All right.
I think
we
it's fine.
cool until then. Rapper, sometimes actor, sometimes movie video editor, sometimes writer, sometimes producer, mainly music and beats and stuff that moves my soul the most, which is old school rap.
Old school rap.
Yeah.
That's lit.
We busted.
Yeah, that's actually what I want to focus on today. Mostly is your rapping, your experience as a rapper. You've been doing it for it could be 10 years at this point.
Not
right?
yet. It's gonna be a decade in next year. It's gonna be a decade.
10,000 hours. You have 10,000 hours already, or not yet?
No, I haven't been counting, but probably.
Nice. So here you're witnessing a pure professional
Oh yeah,
at his craft.
we got the facts down. 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours. But to revert back to March, as this podcast is about technology, branding, visual identity, new spaces, AI, and the future that we are building. And with you, my main focus is to talk about what it is like to brand yourself, personal brand yourself as an artist in today's space. And what's the most, crucial part of it is probably your name. So why are you on the calendar, March?
uh, Pretty easy. Based off my real name, Martins. Martin, for all of those English watchers. It's a combination of the name, of the birth month, of a nickname, of everything that was me when I was 16 and trying to find a cool 5-letter name.
Why 5 letters?
Well, I mean, it's like you look at stores, you have Rimi, Mego, IKEA. They got 4 letters.
Yeah.
We got 5.
I mean, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
You need something with a ring, I guess. Something short.
No, March is
Impactful.
fire. March.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the month? March. What's the best rapper? March.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
you
do?
you march.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I hope people can search your music easily online and not end up at Google Calendar.
We'll save that for the SEO podcast.
SEO podcast. Oh, that's a great idea.
Let's go.
Let's go. You've been doing some SEO?
Uh, yeah.
as well.
Yeah. It's a part of the job.
Part of the job.
Yeah.
Now, not to talk about SEO today. Let's go back to Mr. March, the rapper. So, you are 16. You just figure out your name. You're like, okay, I gotta make music. Where was at that time when you figured out your name, you're going to be a rapper, you probably had done some trial songs before you were going public, but when you were going public, did you think about how you're going to be different? And if so, what was that thought process like?
At the beginning, not too much. It was a combination of having a platform, having music I wanted to put out, and a dream of being an artist that can make money and sustain myself through music. That eventually led to what I am right now and a more serious outlook on music. I think it was around 16 when I just started throwing shit out and just, putting it out there.
To the wall and see what sticks?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was putting out a lot of tapes, a lot of LPs, EPs, all self-made, usually YouTube beats and something I did of my own. But that was just a mix of what I felt, what was I doing at that time, and just putting it out.
Yeah, sounds like you were just throwing at the wall and to see what sticks at that time.
No overthinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what stuck?
What stuck? A lot actually. I mean, it's now looking back at it, I think that kind of whole era as itself, not getting into like specific themes and albums and songs and ideas, it represents a kind of untainted, pure form of expression, just something that was creativity, no responsibilities, because you're fucking 16. You
You
don't
got to pay rent, you got to
no
buy
rent,
food.
no
No,
bills, nothing, just chilling at my parents' house and then making music. So that's what that means to me, that time period. Just pure freedom, pretty much.
and what has changed?
A bit more serious outlook and more polished stuff. Because looking back at what I was doing then, I mean, I've got it all out there. It's I had weird tracks, man. I had weird stuff, but it was fun. It's good to have it out there, and to see the progression and everything stuck, man. Like it's just what I was then makes me what I am now. So it's still nothing is bad, nothing is good. It's all great, and I love what I was then, and it's great what's happening now, man.
Yeah. So through your progression since 16 years old till now, almost 10 years, 9 years, uh, what has been like there's the eureka moment. So a point in time where you realize that you are capable of putting music together that people listen to. Like it's not like you're just throwing stuff out, but
Hmm.
it's like, oh, I have something here that I can work with, I can develop my skills, and I can put myself out there as a professional artist and try to aim for the big stages, the international music scene and everything.
Uh, I guess I could have two eureka moments. The first one was when I was actually 14, 14 when I put out Samsung Bling. Yeah.
To my son hears my sound.
Yeah. Yeah. That track, I mean, imagine you're 14 years old, you put out your first track, and it goes 500,000 streams, and
And
people
it wasn't in English.
wasn't in English. No, it wasn't Latvian. Just something that my 14-year-old mind conjured up. A lot of very vulgar stuff, but it did the job. I got a platform, and that was when the initial a realization that I've got a platform I can work with, that's when it hit me. Because I went from 0 subscribers to 1,000.
This is YouTube, right?
YouTube, yeah, 0 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers in one summer. So that was a lot to process and a lot to think about. And the next eureka moment was um, probably when I started making my own stuff, because with going viral, kind of comes a pressure to succumb to the trend and keep on doing that, because that's what people
The
recognize you for.
vulgar,
The
the
vulgar,
crazy.
the parodies, the crazy, the everything. But I
Did you continue on that
nah,
route?
nah. I kind of did, but not making parodies. Yeah, the second eureka moment was when I decided that I'm gonna do my own thing and that people like what I do.
How did you realize that people like what you do?
Putting it out there and seeing what people say, getting feedback. I always liked the feedback, either good or bad, but it always meant something. I always tried to extract something. When you're small, when you're young, you're very curious and you're learning about the world and about yourself and what people think and how their mind works. And it was putting together all kinds of feedback and seeing that, yeah, I can do this, and not be a trend follower.
Yeah, I remember from back then when you dropped your like the Cracker album and all those tapes, and you started working at 401 Studios. Uh, Also, the stuff that you had showed me what you did, and you had a very creative way of marketing your music back then.
Mm-hmm.
At even at that time, you had like you were, as you said, you were doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
So could you share the creative methods of pushing out your music at that time?
Uh, Seeing what other people do, and experimenting all the time. Not forgetting. You can't forget about that experimentation side of things. You always got to try something new, and whether that's what kind of content you put out, what kind of methods you use, what ways you think, what are your thought processes. I was always switching things up because I like the animations, and I did some animated ads. I drew myself.
Animated ads.
Animated ads, yeah. I was doing like skits, and I was doing that. I was just getting the word out there, cause when you're small, you don't really give a shit, and you just do you just do whatever you feel like.
Whatever works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was printing out like these huge flyers and just put them in everywhere, and and then seeing that it worked, and the people were actually following.
It's locally
Yeah,
mostly, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Or you flew to Berlin to post a flyer.
Didn't have the money. Would be good though.
Would be smart.
Maybe next time.
Hey, if you have the money and you're just flyers
Yeah.
everywhere, as much ground as you can cover, you just print flyers and you're running around.
Flyers, stickers, posters, everything.
It actually works till this day.
Yeah.
I think everybody loves getting stickers. Yesterday we were at the bar filming a documentary, and we saw like stickers that we put up there 4 years ago.
4 or 5, yeah.
2021. Yeah, they're still there.
Yeah.
Purple box stickers. So
Good
that
stickers.
stickers stay if nobody takes them off. They stay for a long time. So it's a very creative approach. All right. Well, you were doing creative marketing. You had a name that's short, easy to remember. People know it from the day they learned the language, so the name is recognizable. These patterns are very significant in creating your presence as an artist. It's memorable, it's creative, it's fun. What Did you at any moment transition to a more professional marketing as an artist? Like, was there like any moment where you're like, I need billboards. I need, that kind of, or you're still sticking with the grassroots creative approaches of pushing out the music.
Lately, with projects getting bigger, I've been thinking about going more in detail about what works, what doesn't, because before then it was pretty straightforward. I had a track, I had a cover, I just put it out, put some money on Facebook ads, and that was it. And see what happens, get the money, put it in, and go for it. But now with a growing interest in how people go see your things, why they go click on the link, why they should do it, everything that's around marketing, it's becoming more of a fun thing for myself by itself to just try to be more serious and approach marketing projects a little bit more in depth. It's not like there's an outside pressure too much because it's still the creative freedom that goes into the ads, uh, that goes into marketing and how I put my stuff out. It's also a very much word to mouth kind of approach. Use your community, use whatever channels you got, use what platforms you got, because it's tough to compete with huge artists with huge marketing spend, and got to use the platform that you got. So sticking to that at the
So,
core.
with this is an interesting user community user platform. This ties to March is one of the biggest. Your one of the biggest achievements is Redman's "Come and Get It" podcast. Tell the people, how did you get there?
It was the same thing, community, man. I put out a story on Instagram because Redman had announced this thing where he's taking up and coming artists, unsigned up and coming artists, and putting them on his playlist to give them a platform, put them in the spotlight, and help them grow. And so I knew that I had it in me because I was getting positive feedback from sources outside of Latvia, just people in the States, because my music is influenced by music and rap music from the States. So getting good feedback from them, it's a very nice thing. And I put out a message to all my followers. I said, go spam the comments. So they did. And it was about 2, 3 days later to 200 comments from all of my fans. They were just, yo, check this guy out, check this guy out, check him out, check him out. March, 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 go and see him. And it was like 3 days later, I send a DM to him, and then it gets read. And when you see "seen" from Redman, that's like, oh,
Oh.
and
He was like, probably, who's this calendar dude?
pretty much, yeah. Where is he marching to? Yeah. Community power, man. That's it, man. Just utilizing what you've got, both
And building it as well.
building it,
Also.
yeah, building it, and using the platform you've got to outreach people. Because a lot of collaborations I mean, Akil mainly, guy from the States, Jurassic 5, hip hop legend status as well. Just reached out to him, sent a DM, and it was as easy as that.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, pretty much. Just gotta put it out there.
What are other collabs that you're aiming for?
Method Man would be dope, but I mean, I'm not rushing that. I'm still pretty young. Yeah, I think I've got time, but for now, I mean, it would be dope to get some people in Europe. I got some guys in the UK. Would be dope to do a fusion because that's like UK and Latvia are pretty close, and
Where
you
are the people going there?
yeah yeah, and UK has its very own specific rap scene. I'm not trying to plug into that mainly. So, it's just like finding artists that resonate with myself. And it's not like I'm aiming for like commercial, collabs. I got to do this collab because he's got 1 million followers.
Yeah, it would be very beneficial. Yeah,
Yeah.
go community, go spam the comments.
Yeah. I got a message from the higher ups. I got to do a collab with this guy. Fuck, man. No, it's I mean, specific names like Blabbermouth. Blabbermouth would be dope. Lord Apex would be fucking top tier as well. I've been bumping his shit a lot. Um, yeah, some guys from Germany as well, and some squads also from the Netherlands. Just some places all around. You know, gotta reach those peeps as well.
Speaking about some places all around, we've been to some places all around.
Yeah, yeah,
It's could you talk about the crypto experience? Because
yeah.
this is also a Web3 podcast. It's also about decentralization and NFTs and all that. And March is very nuanced in that area as well.
Well, I mean, um, we didn't put out the NFT project though. Some other day. So stay tuned for that.
No,
Yeah, it was a
we know what that is, though.
it was a conference, crypto conference. Thanks to you, I got hooked up with
Thanks to the people, the nice people at Bankless.
at the Bankless. Yeah, but thanks to you, I got also into Bankless, and
We were doing crypto.
we were doing crypto. Yeah, one crypto, please. And yeah, it was a nice project to work on throughout the years. Get my skills up as well in the corporate world, and not in the corporate world, the decentralized world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
March was because he's good at like rapping and texts. He's a copywriter as well, and so he was writing emails, proposals, whatever newsletters. Yeah,
yeah, articles, all
yeah.
that kind of jazz.
So those skills you developed at 16 like help, like not maybe directly making money from the music for it, no, in one sense like that, but those skills that you developed as a rapper helped you propel in the career world as well to utilize. So kind of when you have a dream to use your rap skills to make money, it's connecting in an
Yeah,
interesting way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But still retaining that freedom on the rap side though.
yeah, of course the music is the main. Uh, but what I wanted to talk about was the music at Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? What kind of experience? What were you expecting? What happened and what happened and everything?
Not too much, man. I was shook pretty much because you know, first time rapping somewhere out of Latvia. You've been doing English rap in Latvia, and you're trying to put it out there, but having no physical connection to some other places is a bit difficult. So having that first one really stuck.
That was the first one.
That was the first one.
Not
Yeah.
even like Baltics before.
No,
Oh, it
no.
was after. Tallinn was after.
Tallinn was after. Yeah, Tallinn was
That's
after.
crazy.
That was a
First-
wild summer. That was a wild summer. Yeah.
First ever international stage in Barcelona.
Yeah, that was sick. Barcelona was a blast. I mean, the conference. It was a you know more serious setting. It wasn't a full-on fledged show. You know, because
We barely got you on there.
yeah. Had to run up to the DJ. Hey, yo, put this USB side in real quick.
Real quick. For the background, it was ETH Barcelona 2023,
Mm-hmm.
3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went there as media. We were covering media of the event. We were filming interviews, doing all that stuff. March was going to write an article after, as part of business. And there was a stage and there was a DJ, and me and March were like, "There's a stage and there's a DJ."
And we got cameras.
We got cameras and we got March as a musician. We just went to the organizer and we're like, "Can you get this guy on the stage, please? Just 2 minutes, 2 minutes, nothing.
Hook me up, bro."
Just need him on the stage." He's like, "Yeah, of course, of course." And then the show ended and we went there and he's like, "No, I can't do it. There's a yoga happening here," or something. There was some kind of a retreat. The next event was already happening. We're like, "Man, just two songs, one song. You did one song and no, you did
I
two
think
songs.
I did too.
Yeah,
It was
once
boom,
once the USBs in there,
Yeah, you
not
gotta
stopping
go
it.
for it. Yeah.
Barcelona. So first experience on a stage
Yeah. Outside of Latvia.
outside of Latvia. uh, but because because we fought to get there, there was one guy who was there.
Who was like, damn.
Yeah,
And then Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Yeah.
Ibiza.
Ibiza, yeah. Shout out.
Ibiza.
Shout out to
Remo.
can I still
No, it's
oh was
Ibiza next team. It was Remo and Marco.
Remo and Marco.
Yeah, shout out to Remo and Marco from Ibiza next.
Respect.
I don't think they work there anymore though. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, we got March on a full set. Where?
In Ibiza at a UNESCO heritage site. I think there wasn't any rappers that have been there ever with like a performance, you know?
I don't think they have their events there ever.
At all, yeah.
Yeah, it was a castle.
Legit, like fortress on a hill, you know, on an island. It's dope.
So how was that? How was going for a conference, knowing you're there to perform, you're there to showcase yourself to a completely international audience, not just getting a few songs on the stage really quickly, but like you were on the posters, you were we had to pack you, Slime had to come with us to
Yeah, with the
DJ for
gear.
you with the gear, everything. How was that experience?
It was crazy. I mean, performing in another country by itself is something weird because it's a whole new environment. You know, going to another show in Latvia, you kind of know what to expect. I mean, either way, it's going to be different people, a new venue or whatever, but it's still a similar feeling because, you know, the people in Latvia are the people in Latvia. And uh, Ibiza was a blast because the people there are really nice. Love them. They were all friendly. They were all engaging. You know, they were all coming up. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I made some good connections after that show. Um, Climate was a big thing to adjust because you know, it's a lot different breathing in there than in Latvia. You know, hot.
So like
Hot
on the stage, like
on
while
the
you're
stage.
performing.
Yeah. Just getting my breath. So I hadn't thought of that. How am I gonna breathe? You know, something you don't really think
But
about.
usually for stages, I know you're running before shows, doing cardio.
Yeah. But I mean, still, it's like, oh no, man, it's fucking physics.
You were not expecting the ocean.
No, not ocean air, and you know, it's way hotter over there, way more hot, and getting adjusted to that. But also, yeah, just you know, getting a feel for the crowd, because seeing what works for the people there and what doesn't. But me and Slam did a good set. We kind of calculated things well because we were putting together a set that was you know, more party bangers, and not only that, not just hits, but something that showcases the skill and what the full spectrum of what we can do. And putting that into one set was it was fun, man. Yeah, UNESCO heritage site, hill, castle, impressive.
Fortress
Yeah, fortress, legit.
with the ocean view. Did you see the ocean while you were performing?
No, but I was seeing hills in the whole city, so still sick. The ocean was behind me.
Oh, but no, it's an island.
I think it was. Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, share.
Yeah.
Never mind that. But there was a conference as well.
Yeah.
We were going around talking about crypto
Mm-hmm.
and music. We met.
You had a panel there.
Yeah,
Panel.
yeah. We did with NF Thinker about. We were talking about community. Actually, we were talking about community branding. I think how to
Could
build
be, yeah.
communities. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have NF Thinker on as well in the future podcasts and Links as well. I talked to Links yesterday at the meeting. I was like, I'm gonna need you to. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we're gonna talk about some crypto as well in the future. Anyways, so Barcelona, Ibiza, Tallinn.
Talent, yeah.
You have been anywhere else?
I've got listeners in all kinds of places, but
Sure, bro.
not
Cool
not
story.
not really, yeah.
Yeah, those are probably VPNs.
I'm hoping not. Shout out to like the 14 people in France. Yeah.
Actually, fun fact, I checked my podcast analytics. There was one person from Bulgaria. I was wondering who that is. It's Krishanis. Shout out to you listening from Bulgaria. There was one person in Spain
Mm-hmm.
and one person in New York.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know who you guys are, but let me know. Maybe we can do a podcast together.
Yeah, drop a comment.
Yeah, we're all about international over here.
There.
But bringing back to home base, but I want to talk about stage presence, because I've noticed in shows you have a very unique approach to
Mm-hmm.
crowd control and engaging the artist, no matter the size, for not the, engaging the artist, engaging the listener, the attendee of the concert, no matter if it's one or 1,000 there. And I've seen many sizes of crowds, and you always have a unique approach to that. You talk about your stage presence and how much work you put in that.
The core idea that I uh that I live by when doing shows is that I'm an entertainer. I'm a rapper on a stage. So therefore, the person there, he needs to be entertained. It's not like on this top G, just look at me, I'm so cool. It's not that. It's knowing that I don't want to leave the viewer, the listener, the attendee, having a feeling of like, fuck, man, that was it. Like, that's shit, man. I'll skip it the next time. I always try to work with the people. I do crowd control a lot. That's my main thing. Crowd control, uh, chants, everything, just to reel the people in, because it means a lot to see those people in the crowd and working together with them. It's not every show that you get this perfect uh, synchronicity between you and the crowd. But when it happens and you're just working together and you call and they respond and it's the same thing, it's it's an insane feeling. So uh, it's um it's a great pleasure for myself as well to see that happen. But it's a greater pleasure to see that the people are enjoying the show. So that's what I do. That's what I try to keep in my shows, just the energy and entertaining the people.
Entertaining the people.
Yeah.
I like that. So you're doing international things. You're entertaining people. You've been pushing out calendars all the time, all your life. um, all of this that you have been doing locally, outside, pushing out music, putting ads, everything. How all of this tied in together in today's landscape, how would you say, is it easy to brand yourself as an artist, or it's difficult, or it's enjoyable? How would you describe setting up a persona, and as I said in my previous episode, setting expectations and fulfilling them?
Mm. I mean, I think it kind of depends a lot on whether you are creative enough yourself to create something that stands out. Because I see a lot of things that go into branding for artists. If I'm thinking about rappers right now, it's your visual style, it's your sound, it's what you say, it's how you talk, it's how you present yourself. And a lot of that and sticking out when doing that um, relies really, I think, on how far you can push the limits yourself.
Presenting yourself as an artist in today's age, you mentioned what you say in as artist. What is it like branding yourself? How to stand out? How to set expectations and fulfill them?
Um, Probably branding is a lot more important nowadays than back then. I don't really know what it was like back then in the 90s because I wasn't born yet. But you know, I always hear this thing about oh, then it was all about lyrics and the meaning behind your music, and now it's all about what's the craziest shit you can do to get clout. But I mean, I think that kind of encompasses what it's like being an artist nowadays, and making a name for yourself. But I'd say mainly it's about what you want to put out there yourself and how far you can stretch the limits of what you want to do. Because I mean, if you can stick out with just being yourself. I think that's a great way to live, is just be the purest expression of yourself, and that way you can inspire others as well. And I mean, on like a branding standpoint, I mean, I think it's um a fusion of all those elements of what your creativity and what your mind can produce, that then either consciously or unconsciously, just either way, go under the name that you're going out, that you're putting yourself out
The
under.
messaging,
Yeah, the messaging.
the ideas.
Yeah.
Speaking, if you're speaking about 90s, I could, like a bright example of branding, creative approach to branding as an artist would be Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably my most what I've noticed most,
Yeah.
because they had built a whole universe around like their style of rapping connected to martial arts, and the Shaolin references,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Mm-hmm.
and everything of that sort.
Instantly you get the logo in your head. Yeah, straight up.
Fuck, man, I have it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so, and it has translated beyond generations. I mean, I see people today walking with their hoodies on,
Mm-hmm.
listening to their music as well, because I guess the visual, audio, and physical elements of their music were so intertwined and so concrete in the messaging that it translates beyond generations.
Yeah.
Have you taken this approach with your own music?
Uh, I mean, it's kind of before I was doing it unconsciously. Uh, I mean, it happens either way, I think. Sometimes it's more effective, sometimes it's not as effective. But anyways, you've still got some kind of imagery, keywords, names, topics that people associate you with when they think of you. That you can either like get done consciously, like, oh, I want to be associated with this, and I reckon for me it was more of an unconscious thing, because again, I wasn't taking into mind really like how are people thinking of me, and what are they gonna say, and what I want them to feel. Was just putting it out there. Um, what was the question again?
Have you have you decided? No, have you tried doing the Wu Tang approach in your own music, building a universe where the physical, the sonic, and the visual elements all are intertwined to
Kind of,
present?
kind of. I mean, not to that extent. Not to that extent.
Not
That's
yet.
not yet. Yeah, but kind of. I mean, we've had some ideas in the past with I'm on your ass and building the
Super
whole,
extra more experience.
yeah, and a whole universe of characters, because we built some. We
Yeah,
built some
and
things.
we built that's the NFT project we built.
Yeah.
And we never published because the gas fees were too high at that point. Nowadays, we would probably do meme coins of every character probably, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That technology wasn't so advanced back then. It was 2021,
Mm.
DeFi summer, and everything. Interesting. Uh, are you ready for some fan sent in questions? Your fans sent in some questions for you
Alrighty
today.
then.
I posted a story 2 hours ago.
I know, man. I
Yeah, you saw it.
reposted it.
You
I
reposted. Yeah.
reposted it. Yeah.
So we got. Are you ready for some audience questions?
All right.
Let's pull it up.
I don't really know him, so it's gonna be a surprise.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11
All
questions.
right.
Let's start with the first one. Do you wake and bake?
Yeah.
Or do you wake the bacon?
I wake the bacon and wake and bake. Wake and bake the bacon.
Listen now on Spotify everywhere
Yeah, it's out everywhere. And on SoundCloud with the Dirty Mix.
as well.
Yeah, that's for the if you know, you know people.
Right. Next one. This one comes from the back end.
All right.
What's your riz?
I I'm just cool, you know. I don't know, man. I got a girlfriend. I can chill out. I can relax.
Relax. I'll find in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. If your life had a background beat, what would it sound like?
What would it sound like?
Yes.
Um, like beatbox or some shit. I don't know, man. It would probably be something funky, like not classical music. I'm not fucking violins and pianos. I'm more like drums, like all
All
that
right.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
what it sound like. Okay. Da. What do we got here? Next up. I lost it. How did you first realize your music was more than just a hobby, that it could be a brand?
Hmm. Probably when hmm. Good question. Maybe the first album, the first big studio album,
Sowing the seeds?
Sowing the Seeds. Yeah. Because that kind of put up a concept of sowing the seeds. So I had to come up with a harvest as well. And so I think Super Extra More was kind of a bigger build on that. It was something that could maybe be like an encompassing thing of everything that had been done before. And yeah, pretty much.
All right. This is a good one.
All right.
Do you think songs like Kebab Box shape your personal brand, or do they just reflect a moment in time?
Hmm. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at like a listener's perspective. I mean, that thing's got a lot of plays, so that probably associates with March to a lot of people.
That's currently also the most viewed video on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah. So that's probably a big association, but um, I mean, I don't really deny it. It's I enjoy that people like what I can make up in 15 minutes. And yeah, I guess that's a part of me as well. Just still representing that freedom and expression and not giving a shit, just putting it out.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I guess it does. It's like, I would say that it is a part of your personal brand, but you don't deny it. It's nothing bad. It's like you can make something in 15 minutes. You can make something in a year.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've been working on a song for?
On a song, like one song,
Yeah,
probably 4 months.
4 months.
4 months, yeah.
What about Namaste?
All right, yeah, that's a lot. That's 3 years. 3 years. Well, I mean, on and off. On
Yeah,
and off,
but
pretty much.
it was, no, I think two. No.
Two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, two. Because one was like it was basically putting it down in half a year, then like contemplating for another half year, and then making some changes another half year, and then finalizing it another half year, pretty much. And stay tuned for Namaste.
Yeah, Namaste. But, which artist would you like to share the stage with?
Share the stage with.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Like I said, Blabbermouth would be fucking sick. because I've been to a show, and I think the energy would match up. Because I like to bring a lot of energy to my shows, and at his show, I was fist pumping that I knocked my shoulder out of place, popped it right back. So he continued, yeah, yeah. So that would be a dope collab as well. Yeah, just a collab and a show together. Gotta get him to Latvia.
There's a side note. Maybe he or she is watching this video,
Hey,
this podcast.
I'll send you a message, man. Hopefully you can check it out, and we can uh link up in the studio. That's the best way to do things, I think. Just to get down in the studio.
And cook it up.
Yeah.
All right. What are your role models in life?
In life.
Yes.
Ooh. Well, I wouldn't really. I don't really have anyone that I can mention right now. Maybe some big artists. I don't know. Some people that I've been listening to for my whole life. That would be Kendrick would be dope because he's got some crazy, crazy, crazy art that he's been putting out consistently throughout his whole life, and it's only been leveling up for him. Uh, Probably some people that have inspired the way I think of in things. You put me onto Ramdas. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, just yeah, being that kind of aligns itself with the whole being free thing as well. Um, I don't know. I'll say if something else comes to mind.
You should have said myself.
Yeah. Um, Thanks to myself and myself and myself.
Okay. What's your favorite quote and why? Good questions, by the way. Thank you. Thank you to the audience.
Respect.
Very, very fast answers and very thoughtful ones. So, respectfully.
Mm, to ko es nezinu, to es nemāku teikt.
And who said it?
That was myself. It's a translation that what I don't know, I can't say. That would be the most precise one. Yeah. It's the realest shit.
For what one does not knoweth, he cannot speak enough.
Go Shakespeare on him.
Most out of comfort zone thing you've done.
I would have to rewind to my school days. I think there was one time when I like went up on a stage. I beatboxed. It was some talent show thing. I was 13 years old, before the rap and everything. I was fucking beatboxing and I fucked up and I tripped on my way down from the stage. Not good. Maybe that like fuses most embarrassing and out of comfort zone moment in one.
But in your March career,
In my March career,
Yeah.
most out of comfort thing. Probably jumping from the fucking bungee.
oh yeah,
That would be the
we
3 times in a row.
we did a music video where March had to jump out of like a sky.
It was a bungee jump.
It was
Like,
a bungee jump.
It was a wagon on this on a big wire on top of a river, and I can't swim, so I'm jumping in the river from like 9 stories, and it's all right. Whatever, do it for the vine.
Yeah, but was it you got it for free though?
I got it for free, yeah, and I jumped 3 times in a row. So
How was the experience?
I think it would have been more scary if I was going head first to the water because I was going backwards, But still scary, that feeling you can't compare it to anything else. It's like jumping off of a 9-story building. I mean, it's crazy.
3 times.
Yeah, full ragdoll.
It was probably my fault. I was like, we need to do the shot again.
Yeah. And also the arena performance. That was insane. Yeah.
Oh, in
With Kambola, the ring walk performance.
Arena Riga.
Arena Riga, yeah.
Now, I don't want to mispronounce it.
There was 3,000 people in the audience, 4,000 people in the audience, and Biggest show to date. Yeah. It wasn't a full-on set. It was just one song, you know, a ring walk performance, but I don't remember any of it. I wasn't drunk or anything. It was just adrenaline, you know. You go off the stage, you're like, what happened? How was it?
Crazy, 3.5K.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Mm.
What was it like being on stage for the first time?
Comfortable. Comfortable. I had a show. It was when I was 15. It was I had been making music for like 1.5 years, but it was a very intensive point of making music, very productive one. So a lot of music got made, and I could put together a 1 hour set and go perform at a little underground bar, pub
Oh,
type
in
thing
Riga, that
in Riga. Yeah, yeah,
I saw that one in stories because
yeah.
I had friends from Ventspils and they were posting you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you were allowed to be there.
Nope. Nah. I mean, I got picked up by the cops after the show, so all is well. I know, but but yeah, it was very easy because I had
Comfortable.
yeah, I had a lot of my friends. Like 70% of the crowd was my homies from Ventspils. So
But just went to Riga. He's
yeah,
got
let's go to a
he's
show.
got a concert 120 kilometers away. Let's
Let's
go.
go, yeah. It's a 3 hour bus ride. Let's go, whatever.
Yeah, that's community.
Shout out to my homies, yeah. Wouldn't have been here. Wouldn't be here without them.
What's your favorite kebab box?
Chicken, spicy sauce, just chicken and fries.
No salad?
That's not a kebab box.
I know, I was testing you.
Miss me with that.
Okay, that was most of our audience questions.
No more?
Very interesting ones.
Good questions, yeah.
Yeah.
Now time for me to bring out my own set of questions.
Oh yes, you have some questions for me?
How would you say, where do you see yourself in 20 years?
Chilling somewhere on a boat,
Yeah,
fishing.
nice.
I guess 20 years.
That's a lot.
Probably, yeah. Some lakeside, relaxing, peaceful, birds chirping.
Just throw it
Exactly.
in there.
Yeah. Listening to some march.
Hey, ask and you shall receive.
Indeed. All right. Well, back to the topic at hand, digital era regarding branding and visual identity. Actually, there's many questions, but mainly your personal brand. We did a brand discovery like a year ago or two.
I think it was a year ago.
A year ago,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's been a year.
Oh, it was a little more than a year. I think it was coming up on the Jizza show that
Oh
before the
yes,
Jizza
before
show.
that, because
Yeah.
yeah,
We came back from Ibiza, I think.
that's 2 years then.
Nah, a little less.
Oh no,
Because Ibiza was fall in October, and so after that we
but that
came
was
back.
2023 though,
Yeah,
because it
so
was
like
2023,
a
24.
year and a half ago,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we did a brand discovery session with you.
Mm-hmm.
Discovered who is March.
Yeah.
It's your target audience. We found Robin, uh, your main target audience.
The main guy.
Yeah. So we went in detail analysis about everything. We developed a tagline for you.
Mm-hmm. Attitude, aptitude, and mic control like no other. Yeah.
Yeah. How has that from the discovery session, getting a brand overview, a document of who is March and the persona and what kind of audience are you targeting, what are your goals and everything, how has that influenced your further choices in, and have you seen any uh, have you seen any influence in your decision making about what kind of music you make, how you put it out, and other way around? Has the people have you found? Do you see your target audience as the way we defined it, or is it different? Or no, talk about a review, kind of
Mm,
a sort
I
from that.
mean, Robin was a hit because as soon as we made that picture of Robin,
We AI
we
generated
we
customer persona.
yeah,
Yes,
we took the customer persona, put it in AI, generated a picture, and it showed up. It generated a guy that is legit like one of the top dudes that listens to my music. So I was sounds good job.
you're a success.
Yeah. But I mean, after that, definitely it kind of helped me put my show together afterwards because I was feeling a bit cluttered and didn't really know what were the like how I could put myself out there in some concrete like one way because it's always easy to just go reflecting moments of time and put out whatever you feel like it, but
Like at the start,
yeah,
throwing
yeah,
shit
but
at the wall, see if it
yeah,
sticks.
yeah, but now that resembled kind of a shift in the thinking and the mindset because after that it was easier to think of music and think of the personal brand as something that could be brought out further and placed on tables for people to see and enjoy, you know. But yeah, it helped discover a lot of things and set up milestones, things that I'm still actively trying to get, and those haven't changed. Pretty straight on.
Has it been effective in connecting you with your target audience and delivering your messaging?
I mean, I'm still learning about my target audience with every new track I put out, of course, but I haven't really done the research. I haven't checked out like the demographics of what my main audience right now is. Would be interesting to check it out, but I reckon it's probably the same thing as we put down. Yeah, it's been pretty stable throughout the years, actually. Like, yeah. What else? What else?
What else? You asking me?
Yeah.
Well, I want you to put out some advice. Put out some advice to other indie artists that don't have a big label backing them, that don't have a marketing agency constructing their personas and pushing them out everywhere. How do you stand out in today's lack of attention span, today's over cluttered internet where information overload is a daily norm for every single individual who unlocks a phone in the morning?
Sure,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. How do you fight through that? What's the advice?
So try to find a fusion of doing whatever you want to do and presenting yourself, because it's not about thinking how do people want to see me and how should I look. No, it's not about like trying to make yourself the best based on some kind of um, expectation that people have on you. It's about, for me, mostly it's about becoming the most presentable version of yourself. So live out your ideas and put them out there, and don't be afraid to go for it, because it's pretty much the main thing that also got me where I am right now is just not worrying about what comes afterwards. It's a process of just working on yourself all the time and experimenting and throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Um,
And once something sticks,
Once something sticks, you go for it and you keep on pushing.
don't look in the rear view mirror, nothing.
Yeah, all gas, no brakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, what else? I mean, yeah, don't give a shit about others. Fuck them. I mean, if they support you and if they're your homies, then of course. And constructive criticism is a must, because you know you gotta grow, and sometimes you gotta look the unknown and the shit you don't want to see in the eye to grow. That's it. Do be like that.
Are you active on TikTok?
No, brother. Yeah, all smart and shit. Yeah. I mean, of course, it's a lot of work keeping up with being an artist right now. You know, it's hard, man.
Yes.
Just have fun, man. I think that's the most thing. It's like also if you have fun, you're probably not gonna. I mean, you can follow trends, but you're gonna be the trendsetter if you're doing your own shit and keep on moving. I don't know. Hope that does something for you. If not, hit me up or hit Rainus up.
I don't know music.
He knows Brandon.
I
So.
know much.
Yeah.
I'll just ask him. All right. Well, this has been the third episode of the Xenith Digital podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you listen to March's new track, Wake and Bake, out on all platforms.
Wake and Bacon. We'll probably put it up on the screen right now or something.
Making me do editing, brother.
All right, description then.
You'll find the links to March everywhere. Yes, listen to some old stuff as well.
It's all out there.
Everything's findable. Also, remember to like, share, subscribe. Apple Music, Spotify. I haven't gotten on Apple Music yet. It's not accepting me for some reason, but it's work in progress. Currently, YouTube and Spotify. We're out there. Like, subscribe, share, repost, whatever the weather. I'm also not active on TikTok, so it's fine.
Hey, well,
We're all in this together.
yeah, same boat.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening, and see you next time.
See you on the next one.